What's up, son? This clip, I thought I'd talk about some of my own teachers, some of my own, let's say, fathers, my dads, so you have a better understanding of where I'm coming from. So we're going to start out with my father, my blood father. It's a type of dad that he put his family first, even before his own wants and wishes. And he's the type of dad, he would say, I love you every now and then. And there's four of us, four children. And he, I could say always, massage our heads. And his hand on my head, slow, soothing massage. One of the most wonderful feelings I've ever had, straight up. And he kept doing it until, that was him. He cooked just as good as my mama, and my mom throws down. And him as a young person, I think he was kind of nerdy, because as I've known him, he didn't seem to do anything what society might call wrong, except speeding in a car. And he was a great driver. And he liked to go fast, as I do. So, yeah, the right from wrong in society's eyes came hard to me. Beatings, yes, he beat us, belts, hands, and not often, but sometimes with anything laying around, bam! And honestly, today, I appreciate almost every smack I ever got. Some of them were out of place, some of them were wrong, misconstrued, but that's not the point right now. On to the musical spiritual seed. I love you, Dad, miss you much. The musical spiritual seeds planted by nature first, and with the help and guidance from my first musical dad, Maurice White, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And he placed early spiritual awareness into me. And I do believe it was unconscious, but I got it. And I remembered it and called on it and looked on it decades later. But obviously it touched me. And later, much later, I found out, not so long in the past, I found out by hearing comparisons, some of my own videos, some friends compared me to Sun Ra. And the first two times I heard it, Rhythm Doctor, big up, it was a year apart. This DJ from England was telling me, hey, you remind me of Sun Ra. And I know this guy personally. He knows me personally, so it was a bit weird. And I took it to heart the second time I heard it. So I checked out, who the hell is Sun Ra? And I went deep. And I had seen one of his movies years ago, and I remembered that. But the second time around, I went deep. And I found out that Sun Ra, I believe they all come from Chicago, and he was an elder in the jazz jams bands in Chicago, and Maurice was a young guy coming up. So he had contact with him, and I don't know this for sure, but this is what I believe. And so let's say Maurice learned from Sun Ra. And in the hindsight, Sun Ra is like my musical grandfather. Just in comparison of the music I know from Sun Ra, from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and from myself, I would think I speak more of it than Earth, Wind, and Fire, and probably half as much as Sun Ra. So it's a weird, strange, lovely combination. And I hope there's many more little ones like me who have picked that up in the same route. From Sun Ra to Earth, Wind, and Fire to themselves. And you may be one of those, or the next. So either way, it keeps rolling. And back to Sun Ra real quick. So I said Sun Ra is like my musical granddad. And in the not so distant past, I got to do some songs with a musician who played and toured with the orchestra. And that was no less than amazing. Another teacher, Lester Iffel. He's a pastor from the West Indies, and I worked a 9-to-5 type of job for him, where we were placing minorities and specifically women into construction jobs on Long Island. Not an easy task. And he told me something which took me years to realize that it is true. He told me many things, but this one thing, it sticks out, and I'm gonna share it. This is your life, imagine. It's an empty glass. And let's call the emptiness negativity. Now, we're going to pour water into that glass, and we're going to call the water positivity. You fill the glass up with water, and you will see there's no room for negativity. Period. There's just no room. And he said you can live life like that. Your life can be like that. And at the time, argumentative me, debatable me, I was like, no, you can't. It's too much negativity. Even if you are like that, as soon as you step somewhere, there could be negativity. So what are you going to do? Just keep filling up the water. It makes sense. And if you don't believe that, do it with milk and water, or cola and water, or anything. 2 different liquids if you don't like the air. And you will see it fills up with the other one. And that other one is the positivity. And it's an amazing thing. And yes, you can live like that. And when the negativity comes around, you just got to step off. And when you step off, it's not necessarily physical. You can put a spiritual, let's say, umbrella around you. And you don't get it. Or you can physically move out the area. Or if it's a person, have them move out the area. So there's ways you can do that. And it's nothing, he didn't say you don't have to keep pouring, and I'm adding that now. He didn't say that, so you got to keep pouring. Simple as that. On to my 2 Rastafarian teachers. A Jamaican in New York, his name is Maya, and through him, I got to see things, and unfortunately, things I can't even say here, but life eye-openers. Maya put me into the hands of another Rasta who became my, let's say, even deeper teacher, because I spent more time with him, and this is Gilly Dred. And with Gilly, I got to see true Rastafarian lifestyle, families, and how they operate. And I'm going to say, just because people, and it's all over the world, all over this planet, people have locks in their hair, and some of them it's for style and fashion. Others, they claim Rasta. You ain't even close, y'all. No. I'm going to say, just to get an understanding, if you think of a Mormon, this type of lifestyle, it's something like that. So whatever you think and whatever you think you see, that's not the real shit. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I got to live amongst the real. And the deep spirit of mankind with positive and pure wisdom. That's what they taught me. And how to go about that and how to live that. And on a side note, Gilly was Tough Gong's personal manager for decades. Some of you might say, who was Tough Gong? You know him as Bob Marley. And Maya, he was the manager of Dennis Brown and was behind Dennis. And I think Dennis was the first Jamaican to get on an American major record label. And that was Maya. So between these 2, I got to see another world. and very father-like. Whereas, again, the family, they take care of their family. My God, it's all about the family. And, yeah, there's a lot more teachers out there. But, yeah, I'm going to stop it right there. That's long, 10 minutes. Damn. So, for you, don't pick your nose in public, my son. Even if you're driving a car, somebody's watching you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be peace.